Welcome back, Deck 1, Deck 2 podcast, episode
29, mate.
29. And this one is a bit of a different one, bit out of my comfort zone. So I'm going to hand you over to Fats.
Yeah.
You can run this. This is something that Fats thinks he knows about, so we'll find out today.
Anyway, so today, Grime is the conversation. So we've got a couple legends in the building. To my right. No. We got legends. Because let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you from me, innit? So I'm a Grime fan, innit?
Yeah.
So I go to Grime raves. Yeah? And when I go to an Eskimo dance, he's on the stage hosting. Do you know what I'm saying? And he is the crowd doing all sorts of all day long. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So he's got the crowd in his hands, innit?
Okay.
At the event, you know what I'm saying? And festivals and all of that, he's there. You get me? That's Zac Man, for those that don't know.
Welcome.
Next up, the big man, DJ Karnage.
Thank you.
Roll Deep's very own. I can't even.
That's my little scratchy something.
Scratchy impression.
That's my scratchy.
That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
I probably can't even reel off Karnage's accolades, but I'll say, I used to listen to radio, innit? So Deja Vu, Rinse FM. You'll hear all the MCs in it, and MCs were like the guys, innit? Oh, all these MCs. But then you'll hear Karnage. We let up Karnage.
That's it.
Karnage. Like,
You know what? I swear, I actually
Karnage was
thought.
a tongue,
Bruv.
No, I thought at one stage I thought it was just
big intimidating
like
brother.
a word that they use.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because you heard his name so often.
Yeah, but you know, but Carnage is like.
Yeah, like dysfunction.
It's gone mad, Carnage.
Yeah.
That's a sick name as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's Karnage.
Thank you.
And then further over to the right, we got the lady, technically the first lady, while we're in the room on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah, we ain't had a lady in the room. We had a females takeover episode,
Okay.
but since we've been in the studio, you are the first lady to be on the podcast. So big up yourself,
Good times.
Kaylee Kay,
Hello.
Grime DJ. She's all over it, from radio to events. She does her own event. Yeah, she's all over the place with me.
Sick.
You know what I mean? So
Sick.
big up yourself.
Thank you.
Welcome all.
Thank you.
Hello.
And
Welcome.
I think we should kick it off with, how did you get into Grime? Like, what was your entry? Because obviously, like you said, you lot are saying the legends Karnage, and so how did you lot get, like, what made you get into Grime, and how did you get into Grime? Who wants to kick it off? Ladies first.
Mine was probably short and sweet anyway. So
Yeah, man.
back in secondary school, we used to listen to Garage. I literally thought I was in So Solid. Like, it's ridiculous.
Mad thing.
Yeah.
The 29th member.
Yeah, basically. We used to have the tapes of mixed CDs from like radio sets and raves. Used to listen to them religiously. I used to listen to Logan on Kiss 100. So yeah, from the transcend from Garage to Grime, I just got hooked, really, and I was like, I love this sound, I love it. People used to say to me, why do you like it? Like, what is? And I'm like, I can't even describe it, but it's just the energy that it gives me. It's the feeling, yeah. Every time I hear a Grime beat or any Grime songs, I'm just like, yeah.
Are you one of the?
I am. Yeah. I'm actually ridiculous in the rave. Like, it's embarrassing the way I behave, but yeah, I'm proper on it.
Yeah, sick.
I love it.
Sick. And so So when did you start DJing Grime?
More recently, actually. I think 2017 is when I really got into it. I linked up with Girls of Grime, which is a platform that kind of showcased girls in grime, basically in hip hop as well. And a lot of opportunities came my way through that. And then, from there. But before that, I've been DJing since 2012. I was open format. But 2017 is when I was
You said on Grime album.
Yeah, because basically I wanted to be a grime DJ, and I was told, you should be open format. And that was good advice, because I got loads of bookings from it that way. But now I've just been like, I want to do this grime thing properly.
Love that. That's good.
Karnage.
Yes.
Go on, mate.
I would say, I can't say I was introduced to Grime because there was no Grime.
Sick.
The point at time. I started mixing off drum and bass in '98 when I was 15, and then obviously it's gradually gone from there. And then I started. I went on to Rinse FM at that time, and then gradually started mixing garage towards the end, when it went from like 99 to 2000.
Okay.
And then my thing in garage was I wasn't really a big fan of garage, and I liked the instrumental side of stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't really like playing the vocal stuff. So eventually, once like garage started to go in a different direction, like with the vocal stuff that way, and then there was more instrumentals type stuff. I bucked up with Flowdown, and we had a show together on Rinse, and then eventually we just went through the way, and then Grime started building around while we was doing what we was doing, just playing normal like instrumentals, like a LB song or a Wookiee instrumental. Do you know what I mean? Like on the set, all those type of tunes. So I'd play an hour of vocals and an hour of all the records I could find that just had an instrumental on it.
Yeah, or side B or whatever.
Yeah, the B-sides, the B-sides. So then, eventually, as that was going on, Grime was being built anyway while I didn't even know it was going on. Do you know what I mean? And while he was making his own songs, he had a tune called Year 2000. Then obviously Noe, Nicole's Groove, all those tunes came around. And then eventually, probably about 2001, that's when Grime became a thing. Yeah. And then by that point, I was already involved in
He was in it without even realising.
Yeah, without even realising it. And then all of a sudden, it was something, and I was just here. Just like, okay, this is what... I don't know nothing else, so this is what I'm going to carry on doing. So it wasn't really a thing of being introduced to it with myself, but I was just there while it was happening. You know what I mean?
Are you from East London?
Yeah.
Bow?
No, I was born in Mile End, but at the moment I live like Canary Wharf.
But Mile End is Bow. It's like round the corner. If you're from South, that's Bow.
I'm from.
It's all the same to us.
Mile End is E3, right? Or near?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. You're from Bow.
But it's the same thing. It's all the same community. It's all the same stuff. But I wasn't like certified in Bow, but it's all the same community. We're all born in the same area. We all know each other. We all went to the same schools. You know what I mean?
Okay. St. Bonds. You not go to St. Bonds?
No, that's the other side. That's Stratford.
This is how you know. I'm a fan of Grime. I just know the school because the MCs used to say it.
But you can't just ball out schools like that. You know? Schools beef, bro. Because you see, he said this the other side.
No. What I mean is, it's like
I don't want no war.
You've got like Deptford and Catford.
Yeah.
Like Bow and Newham. Like it's two different boroughs. You know what I mean? So like we're from Tower Hamlets.
I'm saying you don't know what you're
Man's talking like he went to school. Like he still got in school now. He's got to end up
beef in maths. What you got chatting shit on the pod?
But our school was in like Tower Hamlets, and like St. Bonds was in like Newham, another borough.
Okay.
But it's just separate. But so in Bow, there was a few of us. We all lived in the same area, so we all knew each other growing up. We all not went to the same schools.
Yeah, but you just local.
Yeah, we all knew each other.
Sick.
And you, Zac?
Me, something to you, just a fan. Most of the early Eskimo dances, most of the garage sets we all heard on radio. We didn't know who. I thought, for example, Scratchy.
Yeah.
I thought he was black.
Black. Yeah.
I blatantly thought.
Is he fully white for real?
Yeah.
Fully
white, long hair.
I thought Scratchy was a black man.
Even now, I thought he was like one of the light skin.
Man said the light skin.
Yeah, you know, like
I didn't realize there were tears.
Not like a fuming, like a that, but like a one step under fuming.
Now when you say fuming, I get it.
One step under.
Yeah, that light skin, you know, like that. Like, right, you know, my dad's grand's mixed race, you know that.
Fully.
Nah.
Do you know what it is with
No,
Scratchy as well, though. But it's just the environment of people
Yeah,
that
of
we're
course.
up and around, and we've all grown up together. And there's obviously white people, there's black people, there's Asian people.
But you're all one technically.
Yeah, because culture's not colour.
No.
Do you get what I'm saying? If you're from the bits, you're from the bits.
To be fair, Scratchy MCs and how he talks are two different personalities.
Yeah.
He's cockney as they come.
Yeah.
But then when he's talking, it's like, yo, who's this warlord on the mic? Kind of thing. So, so we just listened to all of the radio sets, Freeze FM, Supreme, even Pressure FM, listening to all those sets. And when Grime had a small hiatus between 2006 and 2012, young gentleman that we know decided to bring Eskimo Dance back in 2012. Proud.
Too.
And that first Eskimo Dance back, I didn't actually host that one.
Okay.
It was a guy called Ramsey.
Okay.
He hosted it.
Ramsey, what, the MC Ramsey?
Yeah,
the funky MC?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Ramsey hosted the first one.
Well, who's that lighty Ramsey?
He hosted the first one. I wasn't rated.
Yeah.
I was just the promoter's brethren.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like, can I? No, I was like, Ramsey's gonna do it. So
my team.
And then slowly from there, I got into it more and got my opportunity and started hosting it from there. And from then, I was involved in it. But in the beginning, I was just a fan. I was on the side, just giving it gun fingers on a mad one.
Sick.
Man said Ramsey. who's that? Ramsey was there. Shout out Ramsey, still was a cool brother.
Scene. All right, I'm gonna quickly ask you a lot of questions. You see, Grime to me, yeah. Is Grime? Because I've heard some people say that's not Grime. No, that's Grime. No, that's not Grime. No, that's Grime. Just gonna ask you a couple tunes, P's and Q's. Is it Grime or isn't it Grime?
Yes,
Grime.
That's Grime. Okay. I Love You. Is that Grime or is that not Grime?
It's Grime.
Was that there before Grime? Was because
the track.
the track, not the album, not Boy in the Cool, like the actual track, was that before the Grime name was coined and everything? Like when you were saying you were just playing tunes.
I think it was myself.
I think it's the beginning of, definitely.
I don't think it had a genre at that point.
That's
no,
because people just said this beat is grimy.
Yeah.
It's dark side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one.
Do you know
Johnny Cash?
Yeah, that's the producer.
He was the one that went to the dark side of garage. Like
Yeah.
he went on a
Like
Batman
Sublowy.
thing. He went on this, so.
But the word grime with the scene and genre, it was none of us gave it the name. It was the media who gave it to us. And I'll be honest with you, at the beginning, none of us liked it because
Imagine.
it's just like
you're taking the
dirt.
piss.
It's just like dirt. That is
Some
just-
sewer business.
Yeah,
we weren't feeling it.
Yeah.
So it was either esky beat, grimy music, or grime, and the media just went with grime. So, like, I Love You was made before the media gave it that label. Yeah. So
Shouts to that's a PlayStation beat. I remember that much. He made it on his,
I Love You.
Yeah, he said he made it on his PlayStation. Dizzy made it himself, innit?
Yeah.
On his, because back then I used to be a fan. I used to get them on my mini disc, and I used to listen to. I used to listen to, because I was like, I'm into MCs. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So I used to be fully So Solid and Heartless, and then a friend introduced me to Dizzy and Wiley, and so I started listening to them. Like, wow, this is sick. Do you get what I'm saying? Then that tune come out. I remember all of that, and I never heard the term grime before. So, but them times I was listening to it, some MCs I didn't like, but those two in particular, I was like, nah, these are sick. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but I remember that I Love You coming out then, and I wanted to try and play it in my sets, but I never played that kind of music. So, I would try and drop it in a garage set every now and then, or do you know what I mean? Or play hip hop and then just chuck it in randomly. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what made me think that it couldn't be grime. But yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think the track was made before the label was put upon the scene.
So you lot have turned the negative into a positive, just like the N-word somehow. You know, like we take it on, change it around, change the meaning for ourselves. Because grime, if they were describing it as grime in the media, that was to probably put you lot down.
Yeah, definitely.
And now look, y'all making millions. So yeah, okay, sick.
So do you not think, well, you lot are hearing it, you lot represent grime, but obviously it's thrown up often. Grime's dead, Grime's not alive, Grime's this, Grime's that. What's you lot's take on that? Because obviously that's something that comes up every few months, every few years. It's a conversation, and obviously it don't happen a lot with genres, to be fair. Much other genres, really, but grime is one where they always it's always a conversation. Right, grime's dead. There's no one listens to that again. What do you lot think about that?
I noticed that. I hate it. It's
I
annoying.
kind of feel like the people who say grime is dead are the people who, there's two kinds of people, not specifically two, but the two kinds. The people who were in it and
lost
never made it,
interest,
grew
will grow
out of
out.
it,
or never made it,
and all that as well, and they don't know what's going in on it in the scene.
100.
So it's easier for them to say, it's dead. And then there are the people who have no idea what it's doing, but have heard of it and don't know anything about it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because grime has birthed so many different artists that people know currently that it can't be dead.
Yeah, don't make sense.
If I told you that Giggs was a grime MC, did you know that?
No.
If I told you that Young Ads was a grime MC, would you know that?
That is just mad to
No.
me. That one.
I can give you a grime tune that's got Young Ads, Crept, and Conan on it, and Dotty.
Okay.
A paperweight tune with Cameo,
Yeah.
and they're spitting grime on those tunes. So if grime's dead, we could never have given those artists who are doing mad things now those opportunities.
Okay.
So,
What about you? What do you think?
Obviously, if it's not dead, because if it was dead, none of us would be here now. And
This could be like a throwback show, you know, like.
but as well, I think if it was dead, where's the funeral?
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I could have been DJing there.
Guaranteed booking and
Guaranteed.
100%.
Guaranteed.
We would have been there. Like, there would have been a memorial every year. We went back, put our flowers down, and done everything. But that's not happened because it's not obviously dead. I think it's a thing of what Kaylee said as well. It's like peaks and valleys, and it goes up and down and whatever. But like, I've seen this same thing happen 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, this is the full cycle.
Right.
Happening, do you know what I mean? Like, so it happened the first time it was like we didn't know what was going on, and it became something. And the second time we're involved in it, and now it's us. And then the third time, we was doing other stuff like pop stuff and whatever. And that's when it was like German whip and stuff like that. And that was the third. And at that point, I could see what was going on because I'd seen it before. You know what I mean? So that now
it's familiar to you.
Yeah, so that now this is like the fourth phase of it coming back round and going again. It's the same thing. It just takes a one track or one person to do something to birth everything else. Because you had German Whip, and off the back of that, you had Shutdown with Skepta, and off the back of that, you had Stormzy and all these other things. Because if you didn't have German Whip, you wouldn't have had all the rest of the stuff.
But are they all grime?
Yeah.
German Whip.
But the thing is, though, this is the other thing, though, which I think is an argument as well. These people were grime MCs, isn't it? So whether or not that because that's like saying, not that, it's not even like the conversation is Stormzy grime. Yeah. People have that conversation all the time. It's Stormzy grime, but he makes grime music.
Yeah.
He can go on a grime set today and MC with the other MCs.
Yeah. I tell you what I think.
So how can he not be grime? And how can
I'll tell you what I think is.
Stormzy can go on a set today and MC with grime.
I don't know if I've seen a lot of him to prove that
I think she's talking about going into the dojo.
Yeah, he can go in.
No.
He can go.
No, you sound
early.
I can get him back. There's no way.
No,
He gets spun.
I'm sure.
He couldn't do it.
Stormzy can go in the room.
Stormzy could.
I don't know.
He can
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
he can go in the room.
He has the artillery to do it. Yeah.
Man.
But there are certain MCs that is their arena.
They'll
They
spin him out
live
his socks,
in the
bro.
jungle. So I've seen man give the mic to another guy because they don't want to spit after D-double spit. I've seen a man be like, nah, you go, because Gets has done a madness. Or they'll see who's coming after you and be like, nah, let me pass it to Flair. Because they don't want, because
they don't want that smoke.
You got, really and truly, you've got 8 bars to make your point.
To make it impact. Yeah.
And if you come on and do your 8 bars, and the crowd's like, yeah, and you pass it to the next man, and you go, ooh, and the whole place goes mad.
So hold on now. Hold on. So can I ask you a question? You don't think?
Oh no! Before you do the Stormzy thing, because this is gonna just go left.
I'm
gonna tell you why I think that people say grime is dead. Because I'm probably one of them that have said it, and it's because when you get big stars come out of grime, it shifts your viewpoint on grime. So say like we're all listening to grime, and then Dizzy just blows up, and now Dizzy is what grime is, and then he goes off. You kind of take your eye off the ball. So all the other people that are keeping it up, like to the average person, to the genre surfer, like there's no one else to see. And then it happened with Skep. It happened with Stormzy. Like so we,
Tiny Temper.
So we're looking, and then we're not seeing because it's like we just all the focus is on this big star. And then he just dusts out of the genre and he's gone. And it's like, oh, wow. So, okay, that's dead. Do you get what I'm saying? So for someone, grime would never be dead to a grime fan.
Yeah.
100.
But to a genre surfer like myself.
That's a bit fickle to be like, oh, this person's left the scene,
no,
so
but
the whole scene's dead.
No, but
That's
it's like, yeah? What we do is, all right, so if you're looking at Afrobeats, for example, that the whole world would now start to focus on Burna Boy.
Yeah.
And it's like you're forgetting about
the
whole scene, like you start to focus just on Burna Boy. So when you focus just on Burna Boy, if Burna Boy just started to go and make songs with Elton John, people would almost think, wow, Bob, Afrobeats is dead. It's just, it's so fickle, and it happens to Bashman, it happens to everyone. Like it happens. That's why they have the R&B conversation. Is R&B dead? It's never gonna be dead.
R&B dead, what, in the UK? Or
like just in general, because it's not on the top. Do you get what I'm saying? So when everyone is on the top, everyone focuses on it, and then that person takes the light off. It's like, okay, cool. No one ain't looking at no one else. So the grime fans would always be on the side of grime, but like multi-genre people that just you know, like
Just
look on the
take the wa-
surface.
they just look at the
You
wave,
look at the
wherever the
surface.
wave
Yeah, you
is.
follow the wave, and then when that wave's dying, it's like, wow, that must be dead. And it happens to every music because we have this conversation about every genre.
My thing is, yeah, why I always, well, how I put genres as in dead, yeah. Like I was a funky ass MC. That is dead.
That's dead.
Yeah, as in nobody does it. Nobody, like, it doesn't happen.
They tried to bring it back.
Yeah, the nail, big up the nail, but he's tried to bring it back about 10 times.
Yeah.
Big him up, but it doesn't happen, innit?
But when you say
As in-
funky's dead, for example, yeah, like that music will always be played.
No, no, this is
No,
what I'm saying.
100%.
No, that's fine. But there's not a scene that makes that music to that extent.
Yeah.
Like, there is a scene in grime, as in it's cemented.
Yeah.
There is a youth that is 16 that spits on grime.
Yeah.
That's
There's
why
a
I
DJ
think-
that DJs grime.
Yes.
There's new DJs
Of
and new
course,
MCs
but then
all the time.
that's what I'm saying. If you're a grime fan, you will look at grassroots.
No, but what I'm
But
saying is
when you're
that's why I
not
can't
a
say
grime,
dead.
when you
That's
look
what
at,
I mean.
I get what you're saying, but my point is, if your entrance to grime is Skepta, when Skepta's now doing ASAP Rocky business,
Yeah.
then
You're gonna
I'm
think-
not looking at
Yeah.
I'm not looking at Billy the Kid or
Yeah.
flipping Cardboard Kid.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just
Can you get some better names?
I'm just
MC Cardboard's over there.
I'm not looking at those guys, even
Flirting.
though those are the youths that are on the come up.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not even been introduced to them because Skepta didn't say, "All right, just before I leave, guys, here's Cardboard
But the
Kid."
thing is, though,
Like,
but
he
you know
didn't-
what?
You get what I'm saying?
But you know what's mad though? That's what happens in grime a lot of the time though. A man will bring someone else, but you just might not put, like, he might roll with someone like, let's say, Novelist. Yeah. So he'll roll with Novelist during this period of while he's blowing up or whatever. But you let's just say, who's a surfer, won't put your attention on Novelist. But Novelist is there.
Yeah, but if you don't
And-
put him on a
and
tune,
this is what yeah, but he might put him on a tune. You still ain't going to, because to you, like you're saying, your focus is that one person right now. But he will put Novelist on a song. He will do a song with Novelist. He will do a song with whoever it may be in that scene at the moment. And then I don't know how it works, but the human mind is just
It just
focused
follows.
on that one person who has blown up. Do you know what I'm saying?
that's the negative part of it, in my opinion. But yeah, I'll let you get
So
back
yeah,
to your
no,
war.
yes, all right. So as a spin-off then, is Stormzy grime?
I think Stormzy was a kid that liked to MC, but he's just a musician.
Okay.
At the end of, like, that's it. So
Okay.
I don't think he's grime. I don't think he's done hard grime time. You know,
Okay.
like, I don't think so.
You ain't been to the dojo.
He ain't done that. Like, I ain't seen him in Jammer's basement on a madman thing. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
On a wicked man, skem man
On a-
thing?
on a
So what
Skeng
about,
man.
what about if he's done radio shows and that?
But bro, like
Can we
radio
just ask-
stations.
that
You know
was-
why I'm saying that? Because there's a million
No,
radio
but he-
stations.
No, as in
But
he
he
didn't
didn't
like
even do that though.
No,
He
no,
did all of
he
that.
did. He
No,
done
no,
Rinse. He done
it.
He done Rinse FM shows.
No.
Remember when we were in a different era?
Yeah,
though?
but no, but facts.
Of
I'm saying
grime.
he done it, but
Yeah.
he didn't graduate from.
No,
the
no,
dojo.
but we're in a different era. Remember, we have YouTube now, so he's entered technically via YouTube.
Private school of grime.
Yeah, like it's a different world, innit? So
I
he's,
like
Private school of
he's
grime.
entered via YouTube, yeah.
He didn't go to the dojo.
Whereas
Yeah.
what I'm saying,
Dojo
no,
was
but
But
let's say
there's
this. So
still
listen to
people
this now.
doing that.
Go on,
Listen
go
to
on.
this.
AJ
now.
Tracy went to the
This is what I
dojo.
was going to say though. So I was just about to mention him. So he's entered
Novelist,
via
Big
YouTube,
Zoo.
and AJ's entered via radio.
AJ
and that,
went
yeah?
through the
So he went through
dojo.
the thing. But however, technically, is AJ Tracy a grime MC?
Yes.
Started off as that.
But he's evolving into
He's
an
now doing
artist.
a-
But
yeah,
he went to the
Is
dojo.
AJ Tracy a grime MC to you as an
To me.
outsider? Go on.
To me, he's a pop artist.
All right then.
But you know what it is?
Wait,
Do you know
wait,
what it is?
wait,
You know what it is?
Wait, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go on.
Is Stormzy more a grime MC than AJ Tracy? to you?
No. Stormzy, listen,
wait,
listen,
so-
hold on. Me and my son was driving my son to school today. Today, I'm driving my son to school.
Was you blinded by his grace?
No, it wasn't even that. Burna Boy's got a song,
Yeah, with Stormzy.
and he's singing along,
Yeah.
and then I'm hearing, I can't even sing it, but it's some singing business.
Yeah.
I'm saying, who's this? He's like, oh, it's Stormzy. So, AJ Tracy,
Yeah.
doing his garage stuff is more grimy than that.
But he's
that
got
singing.
he's got some like that as well.
Yeah, but
Of
no.
course they have, because they're
Yeah.
evolving.
Okay.
And
Remember, you
also,
can be a grime MC but still do other music.
and
Yeah, well,
also
you
when
can.
you get signed, bro,
Beanie Man's got soca tunes. Is he a
bro,
soca artist?
Beanie Man's got everything. But when you get signed, yeah, unless like more than likely you just do what they tell you to do.
A lot of them are signed.
Yeah, yeah. And
AJ's not signed.
what
Stormzy's not
AJ
signed.
whether they signed,
Stormzy's
whether they're signed or they got. Remember, signed doesn't necessarily mean. I'm talking about management. That's a signing as well. So
A lot of them have.
Managers,
You're
no,
talking about once there's an
Bro,
engine behind
if-
it. Saying,
Managers
machine.
not-
You think managers not? No, listen. I never said a record deal.
Yeah,
But if I'm your manager,
yeah,
you sign something with me and I give you advice and you follow my advice because I'm your manager. So
but
I
you're
then
not-
say
but
to
you're
you,
not- I'm
I
not
then say
signed,
to
I'm
you,
not
I then say to you, this is what I suggest you do.
Yeah, but it's
so
not
next
signed.
minute, bro, you're just being ignorant
I'm being
because
honest,
you're
it's not
Stormzy's
signed.
number one fan.
No,
You're being
I'm not,
ignorant.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah?
I'm
But
just
the
being
fact
honest.
is, if you sign to a management, if you sign to a manager, you're sign. It's not. No, you don't get a big check.
Yeah, I
sent to
know,
you,
but I'm
you're
saying
signing, and
when the-
someone
yeah,
else
but-
is managing your career.
Yeah,
and
but
that's
in
why
the
they
world of
all.
music, you can't call it a signing if you,
bro,
if
I'm
you're
telling you
managed-
this.
if you
If
sign
every
to a manager,
let
It's
me
not
ask you a
enough.
question. Let me ask you a
It's
question.
not enough, bro. In
Oh,
music.
let me ask you a question.
Yes, mate.
Name one artist
Mm.
that has taken it to the next level and ain't done fuckery music. Name one that's come out of grime and hasn't done a stupid pop song. Who hasn't done
JME.
Who hasn't
Jeremy.
JME hasn't
What?
he hasn't done what they've done.
Okay, but
He
he's
hasn't
still,
stepped outside of grime. He hasn't
Okay,
done
and
anything.
and what's your point?
So
You just you answered the
no,
question.
but you haven't because JME's not the
answered
one.
your question. You said he hasn't stepped out of grime.
No,
We just
because
said that.
I'm saying he hasn't. He's not big like the rest of them.
To who?
To who? In
Listen-
what aspect?
Come on. I'm talking.
It's not sales.
I'm
What are you
talking,
talking about?
bro.
Pop
Let's.
charts.
If you relax
You
a
know,
second,
you know he
Go on.
charted.
if you
know,
relax a
hold
second,
on,
hold on.
know
If you
he
relax, I
charted
know
sing-
but
releasing
JME,
a vinyl.
JME is grime.
Yes.
He's grime.
Yes.
He doesn't want to step out of grime.
Okay.
He probably controls his own business
Yeah.
as a grime. His brother is one of the biggest artists in England. Black
Yeah,
artist.
yeah.
He could have done that. He could have followed him, but he decided he's not doing that.
Mm.
But Stormzy, Dizzy, Tiny, Tinchy,
Tiny
fucking
Temper.
I was gonna say,
Tiny Temper.
Tiny,
We know that,
Tinchy,
mate.
Wiley,
Yeah,
Stormzy,
they've all- yeah, we
AJ.
know that. We know that.
You know why? Because there's an
but that's-
engine behind them.
Well, that's not a manager,
bro.
though.
There's
You
an
can't say a
engine,
manager.
bro.
But I know what you mean.
There's an engine behind them, and if they're not signed and they're independent, that engine has to be someone. And
But
it's
it's not a
probably
manager, though.
so.
A
Who is it
manager
then?
doesn't work like that.
So who is it then? Anyway,
Okay.
they got something going. They all. That's why they all switch, bro.
Not
You-
necessarily.
they
Maybe they
all
just
switch.
want to make different music.
No. So why is Chip not making Oopsie Daisy no more?
Because maybe he doesn't.
Because
want
he's
to.
broke out of whatever he was tied into. And why don't Wiley do it no more? Because he's broken out, but Stormzy's still in it. That's why he's singing. AJ's
You
in
think-
it. That's
so-
What do you
Hold
mean
on,
broken
hold on.
out?
Hold
Because
on.
Bosie was quite poppy. That's not grime at all.
no.
And that was to make sales,
No,
and he
listen,
said it.
listen. Bosie was dancehall, and Wiley's always made dancehall.
Dancehall?
It's a dancehall spine.
Made dancehall.
He's always made dancehall.
Alright, so-
He's-
but-
yeah,
Yeah,
from
he did.
Bad Man No Work on Sunday or whatever it's called. From if it, you know that tune,
Which one?
Wiley's got a tune called Work on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And Maxwell D's on it.
Yeah.
They all got a bashment spine. Jamaica B. They all come from the sound system era. So you get what I'm saying? So, but the
Who
pop
said you
thing,
didn't know that?
I know that much.
Well, it's dancing with it. So now man's in the.
He's in there.
So man's listening to, you know, like Wiley brings out the Grime album and the dancehall one. He listens to the dancehall one, not the Grime one.
So
No,
yeah,
it was yeah, but that Bosie is dancehall stuff.
I remember him and Zizi were going back and forth about what it is.
It's a commercial dancehall
It's a
beat.
com-
It
yeah.
done the job.
Yeah.
It got more views
Very
than any of
commercial.
Stormzy's tunes last year.
a
Like,
big
I'll say
tune.
that.
Yeah, there's a big tune still.
Wow.
No, but it's true.
That's a big tune.
Wiley's tune done better than any of Stormzy's tunes last year. But nobody would realise that.
Or want to admit it.
Yeah, but yeah, probably. They won't admit it.
Alright, so since we've named Stormzy's name about 50 times already today, yeah. Chip versus Stormzy, innit?
Is it really Chip versus Stormzy said anything?
No.
It's
So it's Chip versus Chip,
Chip.
basically.
Chip diddy chip.
Yeah.
It's
Has he not-
it's not a versus
Yeah.
until there's a response.
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
right
saying.
now, a man's on annual leave, innit? So I don't know what's going on.
There won't be a response.
If he's smart, there won't
Alright,
be a
wait there.
response.
Let me ask you a question. Does he need to respond?
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
He
If
needs to-
you
know why?
profess to
Wait
be
there,
the
let me-
king of
let
grime,
me-
then you
let me-
need to respond.
All right, so you're saying he has to
Yeah.
respond.
It's not even that. It's not
Alright,
even.
go on.
It's not even the king of rap. You
Okay.
can't war
Yeah.
with Wiley
Yeah.
and talk about you got 24 hours.
Okay.
or 48
That
hours.
as well.
Okay.
Who do you
And-
think you are?
And we don't know the facts in it.
Mm.
And go to a man's yard,
Mm.
and then he sends for you.
Mm.
And you're quiet.
But what?
It
But,
doesn't work. If he didn't go to
No,
the
no,
yard,
yeah.
if he didn't go to
Yeah.
the yard, I might be with. He's too big to respond.
but what if though?
I
Yeah?
might hear the argument, but
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 in saying
what-
that,
but
in
I'm
saying
not trying
that,
to
in
hear
saying
that.
that, you
Go
can't
on.
listen. If we're gonna stick to grime, yeah. If you're gonna stick to grime, you can't be too big for Chip
all right. Let me hold on.
because Chip is certified one of the tops.
Yeah.
But, all right.
So that you might not respond to Cardboard Kid, but
Cardboard Kid's getting rinsed. Alright, here's the thing. we've all said and agreed that Stormzy didn't go to the School of Grime. Yeah? If he went to the School of Grime, he would have responded. Because anybody that went to the School of Grime knows that when a man sends for you, you respond.
I don't know though. Listen to this.
Hold on.
I'll bring my facts in a minute. I'll bring my facts in.
You will remember this.
Me?
No,
go on.
this. If a man put out a war tune on Commander B's Night Flight show on Trace on, I think it was Tuesday or Thursday evening, the response would be the same day on Master Steps' Drive Time show. Yeah? We're talking 99, 2000, 2001. Do you know how hard it is to find studios back then? But yet a man could still find time to go to the studio, lay the track down, and get it to Trace. Some people can't even find the building, and get it to Trace to get their response on the Drive Time show. So in this pandemic time that we're in, you're telling me Stormzy had no time between June and now to respond. There's clearly a reason why he's not responding.
Can I say
we don't know the facts, but in terms of music, you had time.
One thing I can say is like the timeline of it all doesn't make sense.
Makes sense.
I agree with you that it doesn't.
The video, the surface, that's an old video. I saw that ages ago. Ages ago.
Oh, you saw it?
It's Karnage, bro.
That came out ages ago. So like when that video was surfacing around everyone on social media now, like that came out then, and then he sent for him a few months later. So I don't know what's the like. If he was going to send for him, why did he not send for him
back then?
do you know what I mean? So I don't know. The timeline of everything just doesn't make sense.
I don't think it's a matter of that. We
don't
said
know
before.
the facts. We don't know.
But I'm
saying
saying
doesn't make sense.
There's no expiry date on violation, in it. If you've come to my house, I don't need to send for you tomorrow or 2 weeks. But I will tell you about yourself eventually. So, and we don't know what led up to this. Because I think that there have been other things. Obviously, there's the ways. And obviously, Stormzy thought that Chip was sending for him, but it was Mares and blah, blah, blah. So I think that's obviously contributed to it. So then Chip was like, you know what? I'm ready. It's time now. I'm going to add fuel to the fire by releasing this footage as well. Just extra seasoning.
I think this year, see if you come to my yard in June, believe me, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to match your energy. So, but you see, so come October, I've matched your energy and now we're at this place. You can't come to my yard and now write a tune for you. Because the energy don't match.
Yeah, but
so obviously I'm not saying that but he's obviously he's got people in his corner. That's probably been squashed, and once that's now been squashed, now I can take it out.
I think that was squashed, the whole house incident.
But I'm going to show
Waze came out, and that's why I think it's ignited it again. That's what I'm saying. So
no, but Waze is before that, because that June is I don't know is June.
Yeah. Was it June?
Yeah. Waze is before.
When did Waze come out? I know it was
Waze is before
lockdown.
Then. So Waze is before.
Waze is with Skepta
Waze was before, remember? And by June, I don't know's come out.
Anyway, fuck all of that. He needs to respond. Man sent for you on a tune. Forget all of the isms and schisms. No, he's got to, bro. You have to. You cannot be the bro. You see, if you're the king of grime.
I've got a question for you. If you're Stormzy and you know you would lose, would you still respond?
Bro, you know,
if you know you're gonna lose.
But the thing is, you're not supposed. You know why? Listen, the Giants here are not supposed to lose because they're supposed to use all the tricks in their arsenal. He's got the fans on deck. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. So even with the Wiley thing,
he's got the fans.
No, but he's got to. But that's
he doesn't have the grind.
That doesn't matter. You have to be smart.
We're waiting to think
bro.
About rap.
You have to be smart. You have to be smart. I'm Stormzy, and Chip is coming for me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna embarrass him. I'm gonna do it. But I'm going to respond to him. And that's what he did to Wiley, because he should have had more. He should have put respect on Wiley's name. If he's going to do this respecting, he can prove that he doesn't have to respond. He should have allowed Wiley then, because out of respect, if you're going to do that,
no, you got
don't allow Chip, allow Wiley, innit?
He knows that he can't back it with Chip. That's why.
Chip,
in my opinion.
Right, can I interject quickly? Before you say that, let me say this real quick.
He's just a Stormzy fan, bro.
No, let me say this real quick.
He's vexed.
As Chip says, you don't run out of bars. Chip went up against Bugsy, Tiny, and Youngin. Yeah, and it was getting silly. There was tunes every 5 minutes. Who won that clash? Chip against those three. Did their man just give up? Because he got long after all.
Yeah.
So if he can out-clash Tree Man single-handedly...
Did he beat Bugsy?
Did he beat Bugsy?
I think he did. I think Bugsy won.
Bugsy won.
I think Bugsy won in terms of him becoming... him
No, he's done
becoming
very
something.
well. He didn't
Yeah.
get knocked out.
Yeah.
It was a good duel, but there comes a point where you're like, this is long.
But certain tactics,
Bro,
like,
you know how much
let me tell you the
you know how much
tactics.
man has scuffed in the years, and it's like, this is long, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
boxing man, he's
Yeah, but the
boxing me back.
tactic,
Like,
okay,
this is
the
long.
tactic
Some
when
same
man,
strength fighting.
Time out.
Yeah,
This
allow
is
it.
long,
when
innit?
man comes
tired,
to your,
bro.
to your,
Tired.
when man comes to your ends,
Yeah.
from Manchester to your ends and films a video, technically, which is your ends,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not walking
Yeah,
the
but
streets
no, but
24
all,
hours a
it don't
day.
matter. But all these things are tactics that technically add to the fact that did he really? Because remember, he done technically not exactly the same, but he's done technically what Chip is doing to Stormzy. He's throwing it out there, and Chip bit. Do you know what I'm saying? And then in the end, he's come off technically a winner.
Yeah, he definitely
He's
won.
got a career
He definitely won.
from throwing a little.
But Chip's an idiot.
He's
He's
thrown
got a
a
career
chip
by
at Chip.
holding his...
Yeah,
No,
this
but
is the
Chip had the right to say, Bugsy,
Bun that.
move, like
Yeah.
box him like a bug. Yeah, he could have had the
Stormzy has
right
to
to
say
do that.
right.
No, he doesn't,
he
because
does.
Stormzy come into
Yeah, he
this
does.
game looking up to Chip.
Okay.
And there's you know what Chip's gonna do? I know Chip's waiting to drop that voice note when Stormzy's like, oh, yo, Chippy, I'm so gassed to be in the same room as you. He's waiting
matter,
for that.
doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It
Like, you
doesn't.
can't be too big to responding.
I can.
Bro, no,
now I've surpassed you.
no,
What now?
you haven't
Not
surpassed
with
me.
Warren.
You haven't surpassed me in grime.
Not
Yeah,
with
no,
Warren,
no,
bro.
no,
What
no.
have I surpassed him?
Not in grime, in pop.
You sound
Have I
very
have I
like a pop. Yeah,
No,
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 surpassing
no,
in pop.
You're talking
This
about
is what I was
sales.
just
Hold
gonna
on,
say.
wait,
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 go
wait.
on,
This
go
is
on,
what I was just
go on,
gonna
go on.
say. It's the same thing. Like, how do you
Weigh
how
up.
do you weigh up
Yeah.
success, or how do you weigh up
Yeah.
who won the battle?
Yeah.
Because you can say that Chip outbarred Bugsy, maybe,
Yeah.
or in some people's opinion, but Bugsy came off better off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And on the grand scheme of
Yeah.
things. Like,
Yeah.
But as you said earlier, Chip doesn't want to have the machine behind him and do the pop stuff and stuff no more. So
He's been there.
he
He
might
knows
have
what
won
that's
the
like.
war in the bars phase,
Mm.
but off the publicity and everything,
Yeah,
Bugsy
Bugsy won.
and went that way
Yeah.
and skyrocketed
Yeah.
to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with Chip and Stormy. I mean, Stormy,
R.I.P.
Stormzy. Like, Chip's got the bars and Stormzy has got the publicity and everything. So who's gonna? It's how you weigh success in it. But if Stormzy doesn't reply, there's
Yeah.
nothing to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was gonna say though, because there's been times in grime, we've seen it. There's been a man at a man's neck every set. He sends for him every day. He sends for him. That guy does
think of
not.
someone still.
There's bear man. There's been bear man in grime. There's been a man on a radio show sending for man every day. He's gone to radio every day. He's sending for that guy. The guy does not reply, bro, because I'm levels above.
Like, but he's not levels above, though.
Bro.
No, listen.
Chip and Stormzy are not on the same
No,
level.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Let's be
I'm gonna
honest.
tell you this.
In terms of
What?
what?
Like,
In
bars?
sense,
No,
yeah, exactly.
In the world of music,
No, but that doesn't
We're
make
not
no
talking about
difference.
world of
We're
music.
still
We're talking
talking
about
about
grime
music.
scene.
We're still the world of music.
Nah, nah, nah,
That's
nah,
still the
nah.
world. Okay.
Bro,
We're
it
not
doesn't
talking about charts. We're not talking about money.
Wait there, because we're gonna do something after this, and I guarantee to you that Chip ain't in none of you lot's numbers.
Bro, if we're gonna talk about the
So
world of
we're not
music,
talking about numbers.
No, you can't talk about that,
this is what I'm
man.
saying, though.
You're chatting
This is
far.
what- No, this is
We're
what I'm
not
saying. This is
talking
what I'm
about
saying.
numbers.
so you say Elton John is the baddest thing because his
No,
numbers.
this is what I'm saying.
Because
This is what I'm saying.
no one can chat to him in music.
You know, this is what I'm saying, though.
You think Madonna will box man down?
Come on,
Paul McCartney, yeah, Stormzy, shut up,
So
blood.
hold on, so hold
I
on.
mean,
Yeah, but okay, so
in slew Ninja Man on
wait,
stage, fam.
in grime, yeah. In grime, Chip is bigger than Stormzy in grime.
yes, yes.
In the
Wait,
grime
wait,
scene,
wait,
within the grime
No,
scene, yes.
forgetting
Wait,
Warren.
say it
In the
again.
world of grime, Chip is bigger than Stormzy.
In grime.
Yeah, in the
actual-
world of grime.
What, bars and
Just grime,
MCing?
just grime. It's the genre grime. Chip is
Yeah,
bigger than
yes,
Stormzy.
yes, yes.
Chip is
I
bigger than
agree.
Stormzy.
I agree.
More people will come, let's just say Eskimo dance, if Chip's on the lineup or Stormzy's on the lineup.
It depends.
I
It
don't know.
depends.
yeah.
It depends on what
That's a bit
Eskimo
technical.
does.
Is he ready
Oh,
or is
but-
he-
You should have said
No, but-
original.
No, but you know what you're doing.
Man,
You know what
originals,
you're
any
doing.
of them.
But you know what
Any
you're
of
doing.
them.
You know what you're doing.
What?
You're doing that. Listen, again, we're gonna go back to popularity. Listen, if Paul McCartney was on Sumfest,
loud
no,
Paul
listen,
McCartney,
bro.
bro.
If he was on Sumfest in
No one
Yard,
ain't coming.
bro, listen.
Paul McCartney
If he was on,
Sumfest.
blood, when Dolly Parton was on
Anyway,
Sumfest, it was.
alright.
Hold on.
Shelly, no?
Hold on.
They don't rap for 25,
When Dolly
you know.
Parton was on Sumfest, it
Anyway.
was the Ramming Sumfest.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't make her. She can't kill
Bars.
Beanie Man.
Mad thing.
So
She can-
what you
she
have to
can,
understand.
on that stage, then that day.
Listen, what you must understand is that Stormzy will draw more of a crowd because he's put in the public eye. He is the poster boy. He is
What's the poster boy for? What's the poster boy for?
He's the popular.
Bro, listen,
What is he the poster
you
boy
know
for?
what he's the
The
poster
girl
boy
next
for.
door.
He is.
What's the
He's
poster boy
most
for?
acceptable.
You know, he's the
black
post. You know, he's the poster boy for
What's
is
he poster
the
boy
acceptable black man in the media.
Yeah.
That's it. And you know they do
Black
one every
artist.
fucking year or one every couple of years. You know he's the
It's true,
only
man.
acceptable black man. In Skepta's had his time. Dizzy's had his time. Now it's Stormzy's time. Stormzy, and then in the world of
Timing,
television,
Strider,
in the world of
they all had it.
television,
Bizzle had it a
Mo
little
the
bit.
comedian, he's the poster boy. So don't be ignorant. You know what it is.
I'm just saying, innit?
You know what it is. Because try and get another Stormzy. Try and put another 6'2" big him. Try and put him. They're gonna say
Try and put another dark skin guy in here.
they're gonna say all the negative things, but they've allowed Stormzy. That's how they play the game, bro. You know
I
that.
hear that bit.
So he's obviously gonna win because of the engine behind him, the big media behind him. But let's take it back to the music. Since you're a Grime
But I'm
fan,
saying Grime.
since you're a Grime
I'm not even
fan,
saying the media. Now. I'm
since
just
you're a
saying
Grime fan, like bar for bar, if they were at Eskimo dance, forget about who would draw the crowd because we know who's gonna draw the crowd.
Who's gonna spin it?
Who's gonna spin
Stormzy.
it over a chip?
on a stage at a Eskimo
What,
dance?
PAs or
stage,
bar for bar?
Listen.
What are you
On a-
talking about?
You lost all your credibility.
Listen.
Rip off that thing off
This
your
is what I'm
chest.
saying. On a stage at an Eskimo dance, Stormzy is gonna spin Chip.
No, it's not.
Is Eskimo dance Wiley's thing?
Are you joking?
Stormzy,
Okay, so
I'm being honest.
So Stormzy won't be there.
No, he's not gonna be there.
No,
He's been before. He's been
Yeah, that was before
Yeah,
the
that's
war.
before. But I'm just saying.
Why is it gonna be?
Now he's outside in the car park.
Right, Grime Original, we'll put it at Grime
Yeah,
Original,
yeah.
big up Sharky. But either one, I honestly think,
You know what? You're right. You do think.
no, seriously, I honestly think if you put Stormzy on that stage and you put Chip on that stage, instrumental, Stormzy's spinning him.
Who's that? No,
Alright,
wait.
Stormzy is spinning
I've
it.
got something for you. Here's the thing. If you put
This ain't a clash, this is
No,
them
no,
just
no.
barring
If-
on stage.
if
Like
you-
a normal
if
stage
Stormzy gets
show.
four
hold
reloads.
on. If
Yeah.
you put Stormzy and Chip,
Yeah,
and we're gonna go with Grime Originals, yeah?
yeah.
We're gonna put them in that rave.
Yeah.
And Chip spits his best bar,
Yeah.
and that crowd don't know it.
You mean they don't know it? Of course they know it.
Originals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think? Because remember, you're talking
Go on,
about
go on.
you're talking about
Go on.
actual Grime
Go on,
rave.
go on,
innit?
go on, yeah.
So Stormzy spits his best bars,
Yeah,
and the crowd are just looking at him.
yeah.
Do you think he then has what it takes to dig deep and then bring out lyrics for Chip?
Some on the spot
Because
thing.
Chip's got lyrics that he can go way back, he can come forward, and he can do the freestyle thing, and he will slap man over all around the stage, innit?
No, I'm not buying
And I
it.
don't think
I'm not buying it.
we don't have to.
No
not
one
buying
ain't selling it.
We
fam.
don't, we
I'm
don't,
just
we
saying,
don't
I'm not
have to.
buying
But
it.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm in the
Do-
raves, I'm not buying
I
it.
understand, but I'm saying to you, this is my question to you. Do you think if Stormzy went into a Grime Originals rave,
Yeah.
and bearing in mind the age group is at what, mostly 30 plus?
Yeah.
Originals.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Mostly
call it
30
that.
plus, and they don't react to Stormzy lyrics.
Yeah.
Do you think Stormzy then has what it takes to dig deep and
Another
rinse?
one. Does he have another one? Like in the chamber is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever seen Stormzy on a set?
Yeah.
I don't
Where?
think he has.
I can't remember where, but I've gone Grime raves and that, innit?
No,
So I've
have
seen
you
him.
ever seen him on a set and rip it up? Because I've
Yes.
seen Chip and I remember.
Yes, I have. Chip really and truly, if we're being honest, yeah, on a Grime set, really, he's not really the ideal MC for a Grime set. Really. Not for reload bars. Not in a rave, yeah. You think he is?
Yeah, definitely.
But don't challenge Karnage, bro.
No,
Don't
I'm saying-
disrespect the
I'm saying-
legend.
I'm
One
saying-
minute, the legend, now you're
No,
batting him
no.
up. That's the fuck.
No, he is. I do think he is.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Please remember that Chip is a battle MC, innit?
I get that.
He was a young aspiring MC that bust on a Westwood show with Wiley.
Yeah, well, that's where Wiley.
He done his commercial thing with the whole Movado and the Chris Brown, and he done the
Which is still-
Chip. He done the chart thing.
Yeah, I get that.
And then he's come back
Yeah.
and he found his lane in
War.
doing
Warren.
barring and warring, man. That's his lane.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
You've now decided to take him from that and say, can he go toe to toe with Stormzy?
Yeah.
On a set.
Yeah.
Stormzy doesn't do sets.
He's done sets.
He
though.
has done sets.
Yeah.
I said he doesn't.
So
do
he can
sets.
do them. But
Yeah?
you're not talking
Bro,
like
I can drive a bus,
no,
but
this
I
is what I'm
don't
saying.
drive a
This is what
bus.
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying though. This is what I'm saying though. You're not saying it like
He's not gonna
Stormzy.
change his
No.
opinion.
The reason why I say this is because I do like research in it. So I'll go back. He's got tunes when he was.
Yeah, but you're looking
listen
back.
to what I'm saying.
We were there.
No. Listen to what I'm saying though. So I can. This is how music works, innit? I can be the guy in my ends. Remember? Yeah. You don't have to know me right now. I could be 15 in my ends, shelling my ends. I shell my ends, you know. So I've been putting in my work in my ends. Yeah, just because when I'm 21 is when you lot see me, and now you don't think I didn't put in no work. I was putting in work on my radio stations in my ends. Yeah. You didn't need to know that because you wasn't there.
Yeah, I hear you. But then if the work, listen, you see when you're putting in work, you have to put in work and you have to step out of your ends because your ends is only this big, bro.
Yeah, but
everybody that's put work in on their ends, we've all done it.
No, some ends, like it transcends, innit? Certain things transcend your ends. Fair enough. Some man are just big, bruv. There's certain MCs, you go to their area from Flirter D back in the day, he was a monster in northwest London. Yeah. We didn't know him. I went to an Eskimo dance, a corner of the rave, was going absolutely berserk. That was the rest of the rave is saying, what is this, bro? Yeah. But that's the truth. He is shelling his ends. Yeah. So that's what happens.
But then he stepped out. And he started shelling everything.
Obviously now, I'm just saying though, but I'm saying it surpasses, isn't it?
All right, listen to this. Zac Man said this earlier.
But you're saying that Chip can't
hold on,
listen. Up against him on a set. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me just break something down. He said earlier on that Chip is the ninja man of grime, and I'm gonna give him that because that is the best, and that's the best comparison. Cool. And then let's just say the top of dancehall is Cartel.
Cartel.
Cartel is Stormzy. Yeah. When Cartel clashed Ninja Man spun him. Cartel had to fight him on stage. You know why? Because the art of war is Ninja Man's thing. Yes. So no matter what you got and how much records you sell and how much girl come in your ramping shop, you can't trouble me on stage. I own this stage. This is my thing. And then, so Stormzy, yes, is success, and I rate Stormzy. So I don't want it to look like I don't rate him.
No, you don't rate him.
No, I do rate him. I do rate him. But in terms of this, you see, when it comes to the war, just know your place. You can't war with Chip, and I think he knows, and that's why he will avoid it. And he will use his stature to avoid it. And people like you will say, cool, because he's bigger.
Yeah, and
that's easy way out.
Can I throw my other point though as well? Like what you said as well. My other point is, obviously we don't know all the ins and outs in it of whatever dramas have occurred in it. But like you said, if I come to your yard, I don't need to come and spit. You've brought it to music. I wasn't doing music when I come to your yard. I don't know what he could have been going there to Blinded by Your Grace on the doorstep or whatever. I could have been going to sing him a song. We don't know, innit?
Well, he parked really good.
Yeah, singing.
Yeah, so it couldn't have been too much bad man thing.
Allocated bait.
Exactly. And he reversed it as well. It's not even really war, is it?
No. You know, you script. There wasn't no script.
You can't parallel park and you can't walk.
You remember using the sensors,
Yeah. First camera.
Oh, man.
When he let every man, seatbelts, guys, safety first.
Maybe if he was really on crud, he tried to get out of the car and the seatbelt still on. Yeah, don't want to do that.
Proper crud. Yeah.
Alright, cool. Let's move on then. Because
the whole Napa thing popped off, and Viper duppy the rave in black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah, black and white, and in Napa, and the tape pack came back over here, and that was it.
So the tape pack, you know.
And that's how you bust back then. You had to duppy the rave and hope that people heard you on the tape pack.
We used to know what I used to have a brethren that used to buy tape packs. We would like go exposure, and then he'll buy the tape pack.
Yeah,
you know, that's dead though.
No, the tape pack was sick though.
No, but I think the tape pack
had
eight
tapes.
If you were there,
I could send you a link of Sidewinder and what was that club in Hackney? Oceans, yeah. And it's got Lethal B, Gets, Kano, and Demon. 6 minutes will change your life, bro. That rave was mad. Yeah? And if you didn't know who they were before you listened to that tape pack, you definitely knew who they were afterwards. Yeah. But it didn't work for everyone because there was a couple other men at the end of that set and it didn't bang for them.
Yeah. I think if you get it right, you get it right, innit?
Like, have you heard of an MC called Purple?
Yes.
Yeah. He was in
West London.
Yeah, he was in that crew with a couple of them other what's them other guy's name again?
Yellow, green?
No. What's the other
red, gold, and green?
I can't remember it. Purple was basically one of the most talented MCs.
Yeah. He was sick still, I remember it.
He was very talented. He had lyrics for days. It just didn't work for him.
Yeah, but remember, different MCs get it's like Monkster, bro. Monkster's saying a madness in Grime, but it doesn't work. Like
it didn't land.
It works. It works because it works, innit? Like as in you get, but it doesn't transcend it. Like you're not gonna be everyone's favorite MC.
But sometimes, unfortunately, you know, like lyricism isn't all it takes. You have to have that thing.
The right beat.
Yeah.
But even just that thing, just your presence.
You have to have character, charisma.
Yeah, presence.
Presence is a big thing.
Step on stage and like, if you're like, imagine being the best, like you got the mad lyrics, but you just don't have presence. You don't get the mic, and you come and your voice ain't the one, because if someone else did D doubles, it just wouldn't work.
But you know what though? But listen to this though.
Titchy Strider.
But listen to this madness though, yeah.
Yeah, he was
years ago. DWE in a rave was absolutely awful. Like in his early stages as an MC in a rave, his projection on a microphone was awful. Like as in,
you're talking early.
As in, like you couldn't hear him, innit? Like he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't get it out. You know what I'm saying? And he had to find how to. Do you know what I'm saying? Because projection is a thing.
Yeah, of course.
So like some man, like you're saying, Titchy Strider in a rave from 13 was killing it. Do you know what I'm saying?
But he had man coaching him. Them man were telling him how to hold the mic. He didn't know how to dress, how to wear his hat. They were like pushing the mic closer to. It was a man. He was brought through.
All right. Let me ask you a couple of questions. So Roll Deep, you've been Roll Deep's DJ. Was that from the start of? Was you like the only DJ ever? Did you join a crew? Like, how did the whole Roll Deep thing go? You might have to go closer to the mic or bring it.
Yeah, we founded it together, all of us. So myself, Wiley, Flowdan, Danny Weed, Breeze, and Scratchy. But as I said earlier, like me and Flowdan, we had our own show on Rinse FM, and Wiley, Target, Maxwell D, and Danny Weed, they had a separate crew called Ladies Hit Squad.
Oh, you heard of way back.
That's just after
Ladies Hit Squad. I forgot about that one. Jeez.
They had a crew called Ladies Hit Squad, where they used to just mainly play like garage vocals and stuff.
So Ladies Hit Squad, was it like some Chris Brown thing?
DW's got a tune called Ladies Hit Squad.
That's where they got the name from.
I love it.
But they had a crew called Ladies Hit Squad, and they would play garage and stuff. And then me and Flowdan had our own show together.
Names.
Just me and Flowdan doing our own show together. And then obviously because we was all born in the same area, and we all went like Target, Wiley, Breeze, Flowdan, they're a bit older than me. And me and Danny Weed, Scratchy, we were all around the same age, we were a bit younger. So we all went to school together, they all went to school together older. And then once Page Go, like everyone went their separate ways and fizzled out, Wiley wanted to do his own crew, and you had Ladies Hit Squad, and you had us. Maxwell went off and made Musketeers. Yeah. And then Wiley just said, look, all of us come together.
Who put you together?
Major.
Diesel and Major. Yeah. But yeah, Wiley just said, everyone, like in our ends in East London in Bow, I was a DJ by myself. Flowdan was already with them, they was all friends, and just said all of us come together and do our own thing. And then from there, Roll Deep came from it.
Sick. Yeah, Roll Deep was the thing at one stage.
Roll Deep and Nasty Crew, yeah.
Yeah, there was a. Who's Nasty Crew? That's
Mac 10, DWE,
yeah,
Kano,
Stormin, yeah.
Remember what Nasty stood for?
Hyper. That's
Hyper. Natural artistic
remember what we was talking about?
Come on, bro. I'm a Grime fan.
No, I'm saying, remember what we was talking about earlier?
Hyper.
I know. Hyper, bro.
Yeah.
Hyper sound like an animal.
There was more in it.
Yeah, no,
There was more.
Shouts out to Hyper. That's my brethren's cousin.
Yeah, man, big up Hyper, bro.
Yeah.
It's on a set not long ago on Rinse.
Yeah.
That's sick. Shouts going out to Hyper.
But yeah, Roll Deep was.
Roll Deep was
powerful.
Christmas. I think I got that on my phone.
Yeah.
Powerful.
No, Roll Deep was definitely powerful. When they came to Northwest London.
Yeah.
How did the Meridian JME crossover to Roll? How did that happen?
Certain things happened in North London that I don't really want to talk about.
I remember all that.
But I think it was a thing where Skepta and Jamie wanted to come away from where they was living, and they just wanted to make music in a different area, environment, different people. Okay. And obviously, at that time we was just about to go on to make In at the Deep End, our first album. 2004, I think it was, or 2003, 2004. So Skepta was around us at that time as well. We used to do stuff, go radio, because we used to go Heat FM in Tottenham.
Where they used to go.
That was their area, and that's where they used to go radio. But certain things happened in their ends, and then they didn't want to be around there. They didn't want to make music in that surrounding environment. And we was always in the studios in Elephant and Castle, Lee West Street. So, because we was there building our album at the time, and we was there for like 3-4 months. So we had the whole studio booked out. We said to them, just come down. you want, make music with us at the same time, make your own music, and you can make the same music with us at the same time. And if it works out and pans out, you can like come within the
definitely work out.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
it wasn't a thing where it was pushed. It was just an organic thing. Just come to the studio, listen, make music, bring your music. We'll MC on your music, you MC on our music, and then it just all came together organically. It wasn't anything forced or anything.
Oh, that's sick. That's it. And so you've been like all around the world and that DJing with them.
Yeah. I've definitely. I've been
The weirdest problem you had, the most out there.
last year me and Flo went to India.
Really?
Shouts to Flo.
Wow.
We was in Mumbai, Bangalore, and New Delhi.
It's mad, you know. Because in my head I'm thinking like, right, Flo down, you know, like what they, what they, what did they, what?
Big what?
Yeah. That's sick.
Mad, bro.
We went to Canada as well last year, and in Toronto, Vancouver, and Calgary, America, North and South, everywhere in Europe. The one place I haven't been to is Australia. Or Japan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I haven't been that side.
Grime's a thing in Australia.
They got like.
I've seen a couple man do tours. Yeah, I've seen a couple man do tours.
Me personally,
Yeah.
I've been there.
Oh, sick.
Like everywhere else in Europe and
Zoo's been there as well.
South America. Yeah, I've been there definitely.
That's sick. That's sick. Shout out to the. So Roll Deep done now. Is it? Am I not allowed to ask that question?
Same as Grime.
It's the same as Grime, innit? How can it be done?
No, because so wait.
Everyone.
If Wiley was like, yo, you man come, and then Wiley's not a part of Roll Deep. Like, how is like this? I'm being basic. I'm asking questions like, is Roll Deep done, or are you still their DJ? Who's in it? Does Scratchy still make music?
Yeah. Everyone still does their thing individually, but it's a thing of coming together as a collective. Everyone lives their own separate lives now. So.
Is Mango part of Roll Deep?
Yeah,
He's sick. He's sick. I seen him perform somewhere. Like he's sick.
So then, like, obviously, if it need be, and everyone needs to come together.
Avengers team.
Avengers
Power Rangers.
So again, from a basic standpoint, is BBK affiliated with Roll Deep?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because I think one of Frisco's sick. Now, that verse on that song. You know that song, man.
Too Many Man.
Yeah.
That song.
Yeah. I come through like, what is it on? Skep who's man? That's to me. That's probably the sickest
intro.
That's the sickest. I don't know how many bars that is, but it's fucking sick. I know it all. That's when I play that. That's all I want to play.
Yeah.
That's sick. So
I remember were you there when Frisco crashed Roll Deep in Napa?
Frisco crashed the whole crew.
Pretty much, yeah. It was the same, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was that.
Did he win them? Did he spin them?
It was.
No, he did. It was Clash Wiley.
I've seen the video of that.
It was that. That's a relic clash there.
Yeah,
Listening to the audio of that was
I'm gonna have to check that out.
That's the first time I ever heard of him. I didn't know who Frisco was.
Frisco's bad.
To be honest,
I didn't know who he was, and I remember
but this is what I'm
Roll
saying.
Deep's okay and thing, but Roll
The one in
Deep's
your
so
ends.
cheap, they're like-
That's
Where's
what
he
I'm
from?
saying.
Where's he from?
From North, innit?
Yeah.
From
Is it?
Tottenham.
No,
That's what I'm
Frisco's
saying.
sick,
But
bro.
in his ends, he was
He's
already
doing his thing.
known, innit?
I didn't know who he was, but when I heard that clash, I was like, right, who's this guy Frisco? And then before you knew it, it was like part of BBK and that.
Okay.
I didn't catch the Meridian thing. I found out about Meridian afterwards.
Didn't you? 4 till 6 on a Monday. Deja vu, mate.
Wow, you're a proper fan.
Brother, proper fan. 6 till
I was
4 till
listening to
6.
guys
Listen to this. 4 till 6. My Mondays were clean
Pattern.
slate, bro. I didn't do nothing. 4 till 6. Yeah. Get
Mum
on
say
to
you
college.
can't wash up.
Listen,
Nah, mum.
4 till 6 Meridian.
Yeah.
6
On a
till
Sunday?
no Mondays.
Oh, Monday.
4 till 6 Meridian. 6 till 8 Rough Squad.
Yeah.
8 till 10 Nasty Crew. 10 till 12 Roll Deep. 12 till 1 till 2 Too Tough Crew. Come on, bro.
Blood.
I'm a real Grime fan. Man don't understand.
My man rode off the
Man
time.
don't understand that I was really a Grime
That's
fan.
about so hold on. That crew that you said was Tinchy's crew. What's it called?
Rough Squad.
Because Tinchy was actually right before the whole. Like I remember hearing him on tape packs.
Oh yeah.
No, Tinchy was about.
Tinchy
But
is
Tinchy was Roll Deep and
is
Rough
a
Squad, though.
top rave sheller. Like in a rave, Tinchy Strider. Are you stupid? I've heard him not being rude, but I've heard him turn over Wiley and Dizzy before. Gunfingers is a mad thing. Things in Boots is a mad thing.
Yeah, things and boots.
Them bars are, bro, they're mad.
Yeah.
But can Stormzy claim?
We're back to that.
No, I
We're
think
back
it
to
was,
that.
but what you're saying with Tinchy, it was, as we said earlier, character, charisma, and presence. He's a little kid talking about tins and boots.
Yeah.
Like on Grime tunes. And
When he
he
was like
shouldn't
15.
even be in a rave.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So it's it's the spectacle of everything
Bro,
at that point.
bro,
Do you know what I mean?
I remember I went to a rave in Dartford, yeah?
Oh shit, yeah.
Do you remember? Was you there? And I remember, because I was just a fan.
And
innit?
it was one deck.
And the fan perspective,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
one deck.
How did you
I was at
manage?
that rave, yeah?
One
And
deck
I remember,
levels.
the fan perspective, I remember, because I saw them arguing with the security.
That was Zen's in
Zen's trying to get Tinchy Strike, because they're saying, how can
Yeah,
he
you
come
can't
in?
bring him in.
He's a
Yeah.
youth.
Yeah.
You can't get in.
The youth
And I remember
smacking into
seeing,
bear
remember,
race.
I'm a fan, so I'm looking at the stage here. I can see them going, he's a performer, like, he's got to get in.
You gotta let Justin Bieber in. He's fucking it's his show.
You know what I'm saying? Then he's come on, turn over that rave. Turn over
That
that
did
rave.
used to happen a lot though. I can't
Bruv,
lie. It did.
he used to
'Cause he was
turn
too low.
over.
Yeah,
It's
he
sick.
was.
And he's small, isn't it?
Yeah. And he's tiny
They
and
even
he's
stuck him into the
under
area.
18.
But it's the
Yeah,
same
that
thing
was-
used to happen with me as well. When I first started DJing with Roll Deep, and I was like 17, 18, when we used to go sidewinder, they wanted us in.
But brother, you look like you're still 17
Yeah,
now,
he
bro.
does.
You know you'll have trouble getting into a rave now.
They wouldn't let us in.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let us in until we got to that age, and now we're performing there. Now you have to let us in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Wow. Crazy.
That's sick. So let me ask you a couple questions. Yeah, there's a few names I want to check out. I don't know the significance, but I always hear the names around, like Grime and that. Like, how influential or how important it was Crazy Titch to Grime?
Big influence on the scene.
Was you there when Titch and Dizzy
Oh
had
my
the
gosh, I knew he was going to call that one.
Was he there when I ain't a mook. I'm not a mook.
I was DJ.
Was he?
He was the DJ.
Was
He
you?
was
Was,
the DJ.
Bruv, he was Karnage was the
Karnage
guy
was
back
there.
then. You
so
know?
what really happened afterwards?
Oh, good.
Nothing actually happened.
Is it?
The camera just locked off in it, but nothing
Yeah,
actually
because
happened.
it went off on a
Everyone
madman.
went downstairs. There was a lot of arguing, a lot of talking,
Back and
then
forth thing.
nothing, because nothing could happen there anyway. That's the honest truth. The person who owns that building, will
you
not
can't.
let anything happen in that building.
And you
Okay.
think Stormzy could survive that?
Yeah, Stormzy would have been out of his.
Uh,
But
throw-
different era,
Throw
different
your
era.
next name.
You
Throw
think
your
you
next
got
name.
Dozo?
Throw your next
But,
name.
yeah, definitely it's very influential. But yeah,
Yeah.
nothing could happen. Nothing did happen, and nothing could have happened in that situation.
Okay, sick. Who else was ringing like that? I remember back in them days. You might have to just skip because it's gone. It's gone. I had another name in my head, but it's gone.
No more. You don't.
No, I
No
had to-
more.
It will come. It will just come out. It will just come out.
You're just gonna.
I'll just shout it out, bam, yeah, and it comes to me.
Alright, cool. Because we named Bear MCs anyway. Hear what I want you lot to do. So we have like a lot of young people that listen, or new DJs and so on. Is there any advice that you would give to a young DJ or host that's entering the game? That I don't know if they might want to do grime, they might want to whatever genre, but is there any advice that you would give a DJ? Because obviously you lot have been in it for.
Actually learn to DJ?
Practice your craft, innit? Yeah.
I would say that. I would say
Yeah,
just practice.
learn how to
Use
DJ.
headphones. I see people not using headphones. That pisses me off.
Oh,
Sorry.
I've been saying that.
pet peeve.
There's a lot of people that
Why
think
you
they're DJs are not DJs.
The head, you know, what it
They're
is.
It's
just
annoying, I lie.
they're laptop warriors.
Right,
basically.
reading waves.
Because you see, if you DJ, the thing is, all right, this is what I've been telling people. Yeah, if you DJ with your eyes, you don't watch the crowd, and if
get
you
that.
don't watch the crowd, you can't command the crowd. You get what I'm saying? You have to
Play
analyze
tunes at
them. You got to
152
read the crowd.
miles an hour.
And once you can read the crowd, you can play to them. Do you get what I'm saying? You can take them on the journey. But if you're stuck in your laptop, doing the match up, then you're gonna flop.
Don't play the music too fast. I hate that.
That's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm
but that's
just-
an age
I'm just-
thing. That's an age thing because
the young
bro,
one
no, listen.
and the young and old
I'm gonna
man
tell you why
doing
it's an age thing, yeah. Because when I first started playing dancehall, I would speed it up, and my dad would cuss. But when my dad was playing it, it was on 0. Do you get what I'm saying? But then, and then the younger generation, they just keep getting faster and faster. And then remember, like when you hear it fast, now when you hear it normal, it sounds too slow.
Yeah.
And I think that, so the speed is something that I can get. The problem is why it's too fast because a lot of them are doing sync. So they're just playing any tune with any tune and it's catching up.
They just pick a mix in, basically.
Yeah, it's
I'm
catching
hearing
up.
slow wine tunes that sound like jumble. It's mad.
Yeah.
Alright, what about a piece of advice for if there's a DJ or a host that wanted to enter the grime scene? Because obviously it has its waves of up and down or whatever. So is there an advice you'd give them? Or is there a different advice, or
No,
would it be the same thing?
Stick at it.
Stick at it.
Stick at it and be you, innit?
Be yourself, be original.
Just be you. Don't try and copy everybody else.
Find
You
your
can
own
take-
lane.
you
Find
can
your
take
own
bits.
style.
You can take, I like his confidence. I like his stage presence.
Yeah.
Let me get my stage presence. Let me find out what my confidence is. But just be you, innit? We've all been long enough to know what the fake ones look like, and they don't last long.
Yeah.
Or they pop.
What do you say there, Karnage?
Networking as well.
Okay.
Networking is a big thing as well. Because years ago, networking amongst us, it wasn't we didn't network, but it was more competitive, a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like rivals a bit more.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
now, everyone's a bit more not friendly, but there's a bit
Amicable.
Yeah, there's more. Not even amicable.
There's a science to it now.
Yeah. Everyone's older.
He's got 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Not even
so
it's
I'll
not.
do it.
Me personally, I'm not like that. But I'm just trying to say, like, everyone's at maybe a different age now, where you just know. Before we didn't know what we was doing. We was just doing stuff. So
Yeah.
if everyone can network and get along, and you can network and work with that person over here, and take, as Zac said, take a bit of his style, network with that person over there, take a bit of that, and bring everything back to what you want to do, and then go out by yourself, and then that flower will just grow, and then you'll be your own person.
That's sick.
I do think that some hosts need to try and, if they see someone, a young buck hosting, like give him some advice. I was in a uni rave, and one guy was like, he was rubbish, and I said that must have been what I looked like when I started. So I pulled him to one side and I said to him, "You need to do this, and you need to do that lesson, you need to do this." And I was like, "Right, no one's ever told me that before." I said, "No one told me either, but I'm telling you, innit? So you might, you will definitely get better, and then you can tell someone else, innit? Because if no one tells
that's
you,
how it goes.
you're never gonna know. I had to find out by listening to myself on a tape pack and be like, "Oh my god,
That was doing.
Man, can I ask you then, what's your biggest moment in your grime career?
Me.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I was thinking about mine.
Because you know it's coming. Yeah.
Playing at Wireless was the main stage, but that was fun.
You don't matter if it's like, I'm playing the car park.
that was amazing. And actually, Eskimo Dance, the one that was in Watford.
Oh, the old school one.
Yeah.
Area.
Area.
I think I was there. I went to that.
So
one.
like when you like did
When
the
it
set,
came
like
back.
MCs and everything, just
Yeah, so
It went home.
I started off the set and then Maximum took over, but that was a big thing for me because it's like MCs that I've listened to growing up, like MCing to me playing. That was amazing. So yeah.
sick.
I was DJ as well.
Oh yeah, was I
See?
before? No, was you after me?
No, we before us. It was me and Maximum.
That's sick. Yeah, that. So coming in, stepping into grime and then doing that, like that must be a nice
It's
feeling.
amazing, like rubbing shoulders with people that I used to listen to, like I said, watch on Channel U, and like they know me by name. I'm like, whoa, like.
It's mad. But that wasn't 2020 though. If you rub shoulders, you could get in trouble.
No, it wasn't 2020.
Too close. What about you? Because you probably yeah. All right, go on. What's your biggest moment in your career? I take it you've never had a proper job.
Yeah, I've had a job.
Is it okay? Because the reason I'm saying that obviously because it's been consistent, isn't it? Like
Yeah, but there's times when it wasn't. To be honest with you, and I've got 2 kids, so
Yeah.
I need a job.
I love that. No, I love that. That's
Keep it real.
so wait. So Wiley's driving a McLaren and you're working. Wiley, sort it out, fam.
It's kind of.
Wiley's everywhere, bro. So,
Now free up Wiley though. Big man thing. Seriously, free up the G.
yeah, I've had jobs in the past and stuff. 100%, it has to be done. But I don't know. Moment-wise, there's a lot of things that's happened. I wouldn't say like it was a rave or something. I would say for me personally would be like seeing our music go from like being in the studio to seeing it on TV.
Okay.
Like from when it wasn't grime to when it was grime. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like having I Love You or Heat Up or When I'm Here in the computer, and then next minute you do a video for it, and now my mum knows this song. But she's heard it in my house for the last 2 years, and now she's breading it every year. Everyone listens to this song. Because she would hear all these songs, I Love You, In My Room,
and
what's it?
not care.
Yeah. Now she's hearing it on TV and thinking,
Yeah.
okay.
It changes.
Yeah, so
It changes from turn that crap down to yes.
Okay.
That's my son.
Yeah.
My son's
I
involved
think
with that.
that was a big like changing point, you know what I mean? A big moment. So yeah, that was definitely a big moment.
Do you ever produce any music?
I have, but that's not my main thing.
Okay. Sick.
Big man?
Me? Oh, so I thought you said that. Nah, for me, it was bittersweet. It was Red Bull Culture Clash. Because
So you was on the which one?
The O2.
Using the O2 one?
no, but remember you got to look at it from
What
two
sound?
sides.
On the BBK?
Yeah, O2, the O2,
Eskimo.
Oh, it was
Which one?
Yeah.
Eskimo
The
done.
one
The
on
most
O2
recent one, the last one.
The last one.
Eskimo done.
Yeah.
I remember
Hold
that.
on.
The suck your mother one. Fecky, suck your mother, blood.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Pot
Not
card, pot card,
Yeah, yeah.
remember?
not under
Yeah.
what? Shush, man. That was
Yeah,
the
that one. That's it. That is the one, isn't it? The
No, that
Shush
was the year
one.
before.
No, that's the same one. Shush, man.
Yeah.
When Skeptics of Wiley did
Why is that-
Shush.
No, that was the year
No,
before.
That was the year before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was 2 years.
Okay.
ago.
No, that was
That
in
was when
that
he
was
was
court. Yeah.
2 years
Yeah.
ago. I was there as well. I was there.
Shush, man.
I was there for that
I'll
one.
never forget that.
Yeah, but no, Rebel Culture guys. The one that I was caught because I saw that one as a fan, and it was like it was literally like watching a movie. I've never seen our scene with that much people do what we started off doing in like little small clubs, and then 2 years later, being on stage in the O2 Arena and seeing all those thousands of people.
It was mad.
And it was like watching people, even like watching Wiley and Scratchy and who came up? Yeah, Wiley and Scratchy came up for the first one.
Yeah.
Watching that first set, and I was like, oh my god, this is our thing on the biggest scale, other than Wembley Arena. I mean Wembley Stadium. I've never seen that.
Yeah,
And then to be part of that was my big thing. But obviously, we got smacked.
I was
Oh,
there.
man,
Still,
being there.
for
I
that.
was there.
I got a ticket for £1. I was up in the flanks though.
Oh, no,
I was on
Is
level
it
4.
up in the
I got a ticket for
nosebleeds?
£1, I swear. I don't think
But
it
no,
sold like to the way it should have, innit? But yeah,
to be
bro.
honest,
Sick. It was
a lot
sick
of people
though.
find out about it too late.
But it was sick.
It was sick. It was
Proper
sick.
sick.
That was mine because obviously coming out and it was on television as well. It was like stage fright was a madness. Everybody's there looking at you like don't mess up. And as a host as well, to come out on that stage, it was a big thing for me. So,
Nah, sick.
O2.
You lot got some accolades, boy. Old wireless Red Bull Culture Clash. That's sick. That's sick. And flipping, man's flying around the world. Man's going to Antarctica and that. Get me?
No, I was scared as hell.
I can imagine.
Because they had different cameras and the briefing, and even if you raise the mic to the camera switches to you. So if you're not gonna say nothing, don't put the mic to your mouth. Otherwise, they're just gonna
the pan to you
and you see yourself.
It was like that when we done
It's serious. It's a proper thing.
CD UK and that Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
For the pops in it.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. When you see.
You know you got to do the dance.
When you see what you've done basically effectively with your man on that scale to like even like the people next door, the people who went to school with the teachers and they can see it. They're like, oh, so that's what you've been doing. You must be good, aren't you? You must be good, didn't
That's what I was saying about the thing with my mum.
Yeah.
Because we've done loads of things. We've been on loads of TV shows, Jules Holland, all these things. But that for me, her recognising that from that to that.
That must feel,
sick. Much more.
All right. Best grime song ever.
Oh my
ever
gosh.
beat.
What the hell?
No, it's come on.
Can't narrow it down.
You know what? I'll do mine.
All right. Let's look at it like this here. Actual song, and then rhythm.
Oh no, I can't do the song, but I can do rhythm. I can do my rhythm. My rhythm is I got two. I got two favorites ever.
Yeah.
Ghetto Coyote and Pied Piper.
Okay, sick.
Two classics.
They're two
So
of
what
my
about
favorites.
tune? What about tune?
Tune wise? Oh, it gets
One
a
of my
bit techie,
favourites.
man.
Best
One
rhythm.
of is Rough Squad Extra. That intro.
Yeah.
I just love it. Like every time I hear it, I'm just like, yes.
Yeah, it's mad.
That's one of my
My
favourites.
favourite as well. Rough Squad Down.
Down.
I like that
That
one.
one as well. I
Sick.
like that one. And Mystic.
Mystic
Code.
Mystic Code, yeah. Sick.
That's one of my favourite tunes.
Sick.
I don't like it now.
What?
I love
No,
that.
but
Good way to start.
Great intro.
No, I don't like it now. But there was a point where I lived and breathed this on Pulse X.
Okay.
Oh,
Sick.
yeah.
Okay, sick.
It's because you're from West
Of
London.
course.
No, but listen,
See?
It's true.
that song, I think I might have heard that song more than any other song in grime history because that song got rinsed. Yeah, so
That might have been one of the first grime tracks. If you want to have that conversation.
I rate that. I rate that song.
Pulse X.
I
And the
think
reason why I said not so much now because I rinsed it in my youth, so I don't get the same vibe that I got.
That might
a
be
sick
one of the
MC,
first
a sick MC on it, tear it down. But even just a sick mix, like it can shut down. So wait, ice rink, is that grime? Because that to me, that I don't know. That's
No, man.
the ice rink is that's one of my rhythms. I remember listening to it. Like I got a mini disc when Dizzy's doing like 9 minutes or 10 minutes on it, and then Wiley's got a time on it, and then Kano comes on, and it's literally about 15 to 16 minutes of just that same rhythm.
Oh, the rhythm.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
just
yeah,
spitting
yeah,
in
yeah.
the same rhythm.
Yeah, it's sick
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
That must sound hard.
Well, I have
Sick.
Pied Piper vocals on my phone now. I've got about 8 of them.
Yeah.
God's Gift, Shifty.
I was going back to the T-Bone days.
Bruv, I got like proper old ones on there. Stamina Boy. Bruv, proper, bruv.
All right.
Sick.
So just before we wrap this up, Fats, were you a Grime MC? No, big man thing.
You're silly.
Was you a Grime MC?
He definitely was.
Was you a Grime MC?
I failed one, yes.
Was you? Have you been a Grime MC? Have you been a Grime MC?
What was your?
I've never been a Grime MC. So
Maybe Garage MC. I thought I was Miss Dynamite back in the
all
day.
right. So what we're gonna do? So you got
I'm not
bars.
spitting no bars.
All right.
Oh, you're
So-
gonna try and make me spit a bar?
Come on,
Are you
just,
mad, bro?
come on, just an old school thing. Come on, look, a quick. And look, Zac Man's ready. Like
Nah.
he moved to the mic, ready.
I can't remember the bars.
Look, there you go. Then
I remember
that
the bars, bro.
that rules out all of that.
I can't remember the
All
bars.
right,
If
he
he spits us,
no. Why
I
I
remember-
rate?
Shoot, look.
Why I rate? And he
He
said
spits
he
us,
said
mate.
he's a failed MC, which
Yeah,
means
so was I.
so you.
Well, I don't do it no more. I didn't. You don't see me in the charts.
But
do
I
ya?
seen you on channel. I seen you on YouTube right now. Southside. Spit
Yeah.
that bar for me then.
No thanks.
You was on the south side.
What?
Facts. Representing. Yeah, it's what one of the best.
Oh yeah, remember?
Come
oh,
on,
yeah,
fam.
remember?
Come on.
Twos were on pecs of them man there. Oh, okay.
Come on. Just give us
I'm
a
not
quick one.
spitting a bar, bro.
Bro, don't be
That's
embarrassed.
not gonna happen. However, yes, I was on Southside. Yes.
Can you spit a bar, please?
No.
See, and how's Stormzy gonna want to work with you?
I forgot he was on south on. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Kay
we,
got-
Who was on? Nah. Nick
Yes,
and
Nike.
Nike. Yeah, Asher D.
It was filmed over there in the
In the skate
in
park.
the skate park,
I
yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
So we worked out today that Grime is not dead and never has died. There was never a funeral. There was never any flowers given or dropped off. We've learned that Stormzy is Fats' favorite MC of all time, and and I've learned I've always had respect for Grime, but you know, just listening to your passion, like I can feel it. Do you get what I'm saying? That because not a lot of people are passionate about what they do or their music. Like Fats is willing to rock up the whole podcast for his feeling, and I think that's dope. You get what I'm saying? So, we can just end if you want to just give a quick message to your Grime fans, and then we'll just finish there. So just a little. I don't know if there's somewhere like a rave coming up, or if there's something. Have you got a
Rave,
mix?
you know.
No, I mean like, or is there a particular event that you like? Is there an event, you know, or event that you like, or if you've got like a mix, that you
Radio,
want people
anything,
to,
anything
yeah,
like that.
anything like that, or if you're on a radio show, or you know, just do a little.
We potentially have Eskimo in Amsterdam coming up next year. Fingers crossed.
It's a rave.
Myself, Zach.
What are you saying? Tickets and that,
Yes.
flights and that. No, right,
They've
not
got
even a
deck to
plus
it. They've
one.
got deck to it, damn, yeah. Let's get it cracking.
We don't even know if we're gonna be.
For real. And yeah, just check my Instagram, see what I'm doing. DJ Kaylee Kay, all one word.
Have you got like any Grime mixes and stuff?
Yeah, on my Mixcloud.
All right,
And
cool.
radio sets as well.
And
Just
that's
search DJ Kaylee Kay.
okay. Sick.
Myself, I've got a label called Cortex London, and we've got a show on Deja Vu, G-Tech show. Fats was on there not long ago, so
Yeah,
himself. Every month we have DJs come on. Kaylee was on last week as well.
Rascal.
Every month,
No invites. No invites, bro.
You don't play that kind of music.
I did what he say. No invite. Where's the invites, bro? No, sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, it's just a show where we get DJs to come through every month. They take over and do a residency for the month, bring through their own guests and just showcase what they do with
sick.
themselves.
Sounds hard, actually.
Yeah, every month we just have every month we have DJs come through. This month we've got all female DJs. Kaylee done the last show. We've also got the Cortex label where we done a live event last year. We're trying to do events this year, but obviously end of the world, everything, so it didn't happen. But
I love that.
going forward, we're just trying to just
Something.
keep the label going, you know, and just keep the platform. We're just trying to build a platform, trying to do a magazine as well. So I just got a few little things in the pipeline.
Sick, man. That's it. And what's your Instagram?
At DJ Karnage.
DJ
With K.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Carnage with the K. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I will say that Grime is not just a genre; it's a culture. People need to remember that. And other than that, I stole his name, so Zac Man official on Instagram.
Say nothing.
Did you actually get the official because of me?
Yeah.
Raw. man. Just teach my official, bro.
I saw you on TV when I was a youth, bro. I was like, oh my god.
This guy's a fool.
So is that Zac as in
ZACMAN.
like Zac Morris?
Saved by the Bell, yeah. Wow.
Zac Morris.
Rather be Zac than Screech.
Man like Slater in that, yeah.
No, because he made Zac cool. He made Zac
Slater,
cool. Zac Morris and that.
Sick. But yeah, man, big up everyone that's locked in. Remember, it's on SoundCloud, so soundcloud.com/FatsOfficialUK, and it'll be on YouTube, youtube.com/Deck1Deck2. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all of that. You know what I mean? We're trying to get to we're on 200 and something. I want to get to 300.
Yeah. Oh,
You
no,
know what I
let's
mean?
do what
So-
they do. Like, the YouTubers, and they
Yeah.
like, smash the like button. We want 3,000
Yeah,
likes,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
all
we
of that.
will,
Yeah, send you something.
Fats will MC.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
3,000 likes on MCs.
Like, man.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, all right, cool.
3,000.
I'm going to pay for that. I'm gonna pay
That's
for
what MC.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
you got
pay
better press that button. Like,
it. Say no
Yeah,
more.
get those reload bars out.
But yeah, man, big up for coming through, guys, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for
Thank
bring
you
us
for
down, man.
having
No
us.
problems.
All right,
Thank you,
cool.
thank you.